Let's continue the discussion with Lillian Singh, featured in that piece. She's also the first female Asian American judge in Northern California. Lillian, first of all, what compelled you to see the San Francisco project through? Why was this so important to you?
Well, I've always been fighting for justice, and justice needs to come to these women. It is the biggest war crime. It is the biggest human sex trafficking crime recorded in modern history. I cannot stand silent. I cannot remain inactive. As a woman, as an Asian American woman born in Shanghai, I can feel deeply the pains of the women that were kidnapped and used as sex slaves. I retired as a judge just to do this. We have to speak out. Women, humans have to speak out.
You know, other U.S. cities that have installed similar memorial have also faced controversy. After all these years, why is there still such strong opposition to remembering the comfort women?
Japan is afraid of the truth. Japan is afraid of its image. Japan wants its military image of honor, and Japan is worried that this would tarnish its image. And you know what? It should. But Japan should do what Germany did, move on, recognize its war crimes, apologize, pay reparation to the victims, and move on. Japan is so afraid of the truth. You know, just today in Japan, the mayor and the governor of Osaka asked the ambassador of Japan to tell our president of the United States to remove the Comfort Women Memorial in San Francisco. They were talking about North Korea, and they have elevated our Comfort Women Memorial to that national level. They want to now break up the Osaka-San Francisco sister city relationship because of this memorial. Why are they so afraid of the truth? I tell you why. Truth always prevails. They're afraid that we are prevailing, and this is what Washington Post said. Why Japan is losing its battle. It's losing its battle because truth always prevails. And Japan is very afraid of the truth. It's lied all these years. It's lied to its citizens. It's lied to the world. It's about time Japan faces what Germany faced all these years. Without apology, there's really no world peace in Asia. All the citizens of Asia are very pained and suffered through this history. So I think it's very important for Japan to apologize and to move on. We need to move on. We need Japan to apologize, recognize it, and build more memorials. I look forward to the day when Japan builds a memorial in Tokyo. I will be there to celebrate. And the world needs to celebrate that Japan has finally recognized its crimes in court. When a criminal comes to court, the criminal recognizes his crime and admits to its guilt, and then the sentence is, we sentence the criminal, and then the criminal goes on, serve the sentence, and move on. Japan needs to do that.
Lillian, you mentioned the memorials. What do you make of the various memorials going up around the world? But really, why has it taken so long, especially with some of these survivors still alive?
Well, you know, it was only in 1991 when Soo Kim told her story that the world realized what happened. For the longest time, the women were ashamed to come forward to tell the story. And she just changed the whole face of the earth about what happened. Memorials are springing up. The more Japan wants to tear down memorials, the more memorials will be built. You know, Japan has its Yasukuni Shrine, where Prime Minister Abe visits every year. In San Francisco, we have our Comfort Women Memorial. We honor the victims of crime, and Abe visits Yasukuni Shrine and honors war criminals. So that's a difference in terms of its culture. Memorials are springing up. The more Japan protests, the more Japan denies, the more memorials will be built, and the world will know more about it. It's like the Streisand effect. The more you protest, the more attention the world will give to this.
All right, Judge Lillian Singh, thank you for joining us from San Francisco.